Chapter 53. Stopping the car at the door. The Burnett's people see Frida Burnett's is deliberately come over nothing to find trouble. Immediately gnash their teeth and begin to curse at each other. Bah! Who are you to laugh at us? At least we got a special VIP invitation to Caleb Guy King's inauguration ceremony. And you can only shamelessly follow to rub the ticket. Frida Burnett saw someone else dare to argue with him, and immediately became energized. I poo you a face. What's the big deal about getting a special VIP invitation to the ceremony? You're still standing at the door and can't get in. If you have the guts, you can go in. Humph. A bunch of guys who can't even get in the door? How dare they laugh at anyone? The Burnett's people are shaking with anger at these words, but there is no rebuttal. Frida Burnett see these people 3 sentences dumb fire more smug. To say that the quarrel with whom to compare not to compare with her. You do not get complacent. You do not also cannot enter. The Burnett's people are not used to seeing Frida Burnett's this look, panting and panting for half a day, and finally howled out this sentence. Who said we can't get in? Frida Burnett's condescendingly glanced at the Burnett's people. Although Clarence Lester did not guarantee that he would be able to get in, but his cold and aloof appearance is really more credible than the words of Martina Burnett, who was coaxed with flowery words. Once again swept the car, Clarence Lester a glance. Frida Burnett's heard quite a bottom. Who can't talk big, huh? You guys? Also deserve to go in? Damon Burnett spat hard on the ground next to him. You guys are a bunch of no-good guys. Look at the way you look at people. Frida Burnett let out a sneer and slapped Clarence Lester on the back of the driver's seat. Clarence Lester, drive the car. Let's go in and show them. Clarence Lester stepped on the gas and the car slowly began to move toward the entrance of the schoolyard where Caleb Guy King's inauguration ceremony was taking place. The people on the field were dumbfounded. What a bunch of desperate people. Where did these desperate guys come from? How dare they drive in? The West End received invitations and tickets, and not a few people. The people who can receive the invitation to the ceremony are basically the political and military leaders. The local tycoons want to get invitations, or more difficult. But even though most of the guests who came to attend were famous bigwigs, they all got out of their cars and stood at the entrance, ready to walk in. This is to Caleb Guy King's respect. Even West End's bigwigs do not dare. In this case, Clarence Lester and Frida Burnett's. They actually want to drive in? This is the biggest provocation to Caleb Guy King. Stop them. Kier Burnett's also reacted to this matter, pointing at Clarence Lester's car and shouting. The Burnett's men rushed straight up and surrounded Clarence Lester's car, making it difficult for the car to move a single inch. Beep, beep, beep. Clarence Lester honked his horn somewhat less impatiently. What's wrong with you guys? Why are you stopping the car? Frida Burnett's look at the Burnett's people like crazy, and do not dare to get out of the car, hiding in the car and pointing at them, scolding. I think you really cannot eat grapes and say sour grapes. Go away. Don't stop us. Kier Burnett's crutches hit the ground hard. You're all so ungrateful. You've dragged me, the Burnett's, into this. Shame on you. Although Frida Burnett's and his group had long been expelled from the Burnett's, but just at the door, this pulling and pulling has long let everyone know the relationship between them. If Frida Burnett's, they really rushed Caleb Guy King, then when the time comes, the other side surrendered down. Even if Caleb Guy King is reasonable, the people who want to flatter Caleb Guy King are not reasonable. Those who want to take credit for them, it does not matter whether they have drawn alignment between them or not. As long as they have something to do with this, they will all be pulled down by the people who want to curry favor with Caleb Guy King. After all, the unlucky ones are the Burnett's, and the ones who take credit are the ones who come up to them, playing the name of Caleb Guy King to seek revenge on them. This is not the first time that the Burnett's have done this kind of thing, so they are familiar with it. It is because of this Kier Burnett's is more all terrified. But Frida Burnett's at this time were to know these. She simply felt that these, the Burnett's people, are sick-like, suddenly stopped in front of the car, not let them move. Is it possible that they really saw that they were able to enter the school ground where Caleb Guy King's inauguration ceremony was held, so they became jealous and hateful? Especially Kier Burnett's just said what they are mean and nasty, pulling the Burnett's down and so on. Frida Burnett's is ahead of confusion. This is not the wrong person to curse, eh? Does this matter have anything to do with us? We went into the campus where Caleb Guy King was inaugurated, and rode in our own car. We are not like you, who printed the special VIP invitation of the Burnett's as posters and banners on the car, fearing that no one would know about it. Even if someone really recognizes it, and wants to get into trouble, it's their responsibility, not yours, the Burnett's. Good guys, there are still rushing to here to find a crime? Who knows, Frida Burnett's is thinking about it, but saw the Burnett's these people more and more excessive. And even many directly sat on front of the cover of the car, simply like a demonstration, then felt a head too big. What's wrong with your brains? What does it matter to you if we go in? Get out of the way! The Burnett's people at this time seems to have realized the seriousness of the matter. Dead or alive will not let Frida Burnett's their car to move half a step inside. Someone sitting on the front cover of the car. Someone holding the car door pulling and dragging. Simply like when Emperor Yang went down to Yangzhou to watch Qinghua, dry land rowing general. The scene was a little chaotic, but quite spectacular. Those people at the door stopped and gathered here to watch the fun. Kier Burnett's is also ugly-faced to the extreme. Even Clarence Lester, see this thing more and more big, also heavily pressed the car horn a few times. Beep, beep, beep. Dad, you see what can be done about this? Warwick Burnett in the side of the anxious, while stopping in front of the car, while turning his head for help, looking at the side of the Kier Burnett's still in the smooth gas. Kier Burnett's rather scornfully glanced at the schoolyard where Caleb Guy King was inaugurated and clutched the leading cane in his hand. Duck, duck, duck. Kier Burnett's hand leaning on the dragon-head cane, on the ground with a few heavy knock. The chaotic scene at the door was silenced for a moment. All eyes sought Kier Burnett's. Kier Burnett's looked at Frida Burnett's and her group with a gloomy face.